I mean, just exchange this for anything else. Exchange this for anything else, and it's a great lineup. Let's watch competitive deathmatch? Kinda, man. Why do you think Phoenix is not picked? On Icebox? Because the thing is, the flashes from Phoenix on this map are actually horrible. You should just, you know... Look, right now, I would always prefer to have Killjoy, Raze, even Astra, KO, all of those characters instead of Reyna's. It's like not even close. You just improve your team abilities so much. Reyna is a boss on pistol rounds. That's about it. Like, losing a pistol round when you have a Reyna on your team, it feels like, oh shit, we kinda just didn't utilize Reyna. Right? Breach would be nice as well. Yes, Breach would be nice as well. Like, I kinda like Breach here. And after the next patch, we're gonna have Chamber here. So, like, really, Reyna is low-key griefing on Icebox, in my opinion. But that's my opinion. People might not agree, but that's my take. This is like the most basic meta comp you can use. And the next iteration of it was using Killjoy instead of Reyna. So you have more approach to, like, controlling the map. And yes, I think Yoru is actually better than Reyna here. So... But again, you know, people will call me stupid for saying stuff like this, but we'll see.
How this pistol round gets
Large amount for Breach? No? No, I actually played a lot of Breach on this map. He's great, man. He's really great, and whenever people picking up a Killjoy, he's fantastic. The Aftershock clears so much here and stops the plants for such a long time. It's phenomenal.
Towards mid here.
The ability of Reyna to clutch is insane, though. I don't know, man. During this match, we thought Zeke on Reyna would have lost. You cannot make a comparison because you don't have the comparison to anything else. But in theory, Reyna doesn't deliver the same amount of impact as the other characters because the other characters don't require you to get kills to have an impact on a fundamental level. Reyna needs to get kills, otherwise she has no impact, right? So if your star player on Reyna doesn't get kills, then you're literally like, well, okay, now we play 4v5.
Let's get into it. On the attacking side, it will be Gambit to try and set the pace here in what could be the final map of the grand final. Unless there is life in the defensive side of Acend, and already the pressure is great.
Nice crackdown from mid. I like this. So, only one player from long pushing, like, putting pressure. The drone alone puts enough pressure on the B long player to be uneasy, but the negative outcome of this is that the player coming from B long is being put into this position. So think about it this way. What if the player from B long doesn't use the drone and the player from B is still holding this? Then those 4 people playing from mid have less adversaries playing from this area here. Wouldn't that be better? Right? Because if you drone from here, you push out the player into those people here, which is not the best because then I have a crossfire. And the only redeeming value of this drone would be if you get a tag on this drone, or on this player. If you don't get the tag, then it's not the best. So I wouldn't mind actually just having a player like Viper hold from this side, and then Sova just go here with the team, not even use the drone.
The pace here and what could be the final.
No, I didn't review the semi-final. We're gonna do it another day.
Side of Acend, and already the pressure is great. Gambit gonna begin things well with a pick, but a quick trade out keeps things at least within check. But the spike is down, and the time's on their side.
He's now actually gonna get spotted out. He will deal with Redgar. Lots of focus coming back through B main here, but Gambit playing very deep. The backside of site here.
Okay, useful, a useful blind, but still, triple peek into a guy, you kill him anyway.
Oh, And the overwhelmed Shados goes down. Defo and Nats, if you've got anything left to defend that spike, ticking away time by time. Cena gonna
Nice retake wall, by the way. Holy shit! Holy crap! Look at this. Good luck stopping the defuse right here.
Kitchen halfway now achieved. There's not much to stop it. Killers takes down Nats.
Good luck stopping the defuse.
Nor at the right time.
And this is why Sage Wall is so crucial to be not used in the kitchen. Like, you don't want to use the kitchen wall to just have some like semi-control of the map, because you can just do stuff like this. The wall is almost indestructible in a pistol round. You need to sacrifice so much firepower. And if you have a Killjoy that controls mid and kitchen, then you don't need to use the wall at all. So you save it for the retakes. You save it for like an off angle or anything, you know?
Won't equate to much. Keyless will actually find his fourth, and that's crucial for his
Which team do you think showed the best Icebox on the tournament? I will be honest with you, I can't remember. Because most of the Iceboxes were actually pretty boring to watch.
A little bit polarizing.
A little bit.
A wee bit. But a good start. Let's talk about that. Mental impact of
What was the plant? Plant was here. And they walled it off like this with Viper and then Sage Wall. Like this.
You want that pistol. You want to start off and feel like,
Probably
okay,
Fnatic?
Let's build back.
Yeah, probably yes. But it was very one-sided in most cases.
Confidence rolling. This is our map choice.
What's faster, knifing or killing the wall with pistols and pistol round? If the Sage Wall is not fully active yet, then pistols are faster. If the wall is already active, then knifing is faster, I think.
And Gambit just wait patiently.
Yeah, but in general, guys, like, I do think that Fnatic showcased the highest possible level out of all teams when it comes to playing as a team on like the complicated utility level. But they failed at the fundamental level, which was exposed by teams like Crew. You know?
Let's see what the next steps are.
And the fastest gun in general to destroy Sage Wall is Judge, by the way.
Almost here on round 2 for Gambit.
They do again the same crunch on 1-4 split mid.
Straight away onto B.
Hello, Triple D.
Acend able to...
Chronicle just gets a kill on scene. What? The fuck?
Nullify some of this pressure early on, but Chronicle finds seen it.
But I love the fact that bringing these pistols to areas where they can still work. You know,
and by the way, see, look, Killy's uses the gun as it's made to be used. SMG is a highly mobile, tactical gun that thrives to be used in such context like this. Look at movement from Killy's. This is how you should play a Spectre in general.
But Chronicle finds seen it.
But I love the fact that
that's it.
Bringing these
That's how you use an SMG in every game. Not only Valorant. That's how you use an SMG in CS. That's how you use an SMG in, I don't know, GoldenEye 64. That's how you use SMG in every FPS that has SMGs in it.
To areas where they can still work. You know, a frenzy or two, a classic here and there is just fine in middle. Now it does get overwhelmed, but you can see the potential for a luck. Now the spike gonna probably get halfway, maybe not. Shadows good for 1. Still a 3.
PUBG? Yeah, PUBG as well. I mean, PUBG in general is just like, let's say, a little bit different.
Might be the end of it. No more threats. Yes, Nats can try and buy some time. But you can see instantly Zeke is on the case. Acend gonna make it to 2 now. There we go, make it to
Semi-big losses for Acend, though.
Nervous then. Hold up for the fist bumps until you've defused. And we should be okay. So 3 stand for them, and they can build moving forward.
And just coming back, Keyless, Viper's Pit online already. That's huge for the bonus round in terms of locking down one site. Have to keep an eye on which way he's headed, looking like we'll head over towards B. Gambit leaning this way once again. They're showing lots of presence early on towards B and towards mid.
On that range, even with Phantom? Yes, because Phantom has a very high fire rate, so you can abuse it. And if you just lower down your crosser, there's a very high chance of hitting those shots. This is why it's important to understand pros and cons of your position and how to use your gun to its full and highest possible win rate.
I think on the back of that, Acend still investing behind this 3-man setup towards A. I think they're anticipating an A hit now.
See what the end goal is for Gambit as well. They do look like they want to challenge that B-long control, so you're not wrong in this. Zeke, though, is going to go for the walk-up, which could be dangerous. There's 2-3 players here. He gets the tag on the first, but not the frag.
And
That now opens up the map. They have
Gambit
to respect this and hit that rotation,
just abuses here the default, right? Zeke just goes straight into the crosser. Look. This is how you want to not play against Gambit. They're almost guaranteed to hold you like this. And this is how Acend won Acend against Gambit. Literally. So it's very surprising to me to see that on Icebox they want to take this aggressive stance. But the problem is, they want to take this aggressive stance because they don't have enough map control because they play Reyna.
The walk-up, which could be dangerous. There's 2-3 players here. And he gets the tag on the first, but not the frag.
Surprising because of the sheer volume of Odin bullets is actually not bad for run and gun. It's just not as good as Spectre for it because it has bigger spread. Because of the caliber, I guess.
That now opens up the map. They have to respect this and hit that rotation. But as said, they're still holding this default.
And actually, on the it was
Odd timing for that ultimate on A. He didn't know about the drone on B, I guess.
Cassini was almost looking for contact for Keyless to pop that Viper's Pit, but Keyless will pop it to allow this rotation to come through. Trying to force...
Yeah, see, he had to leave this ultimate immediately.
I mean,
so that's a little bit awkward for Achilles.
Well.
Very awkward timing for Achilles. And now he's gonna be... Yeah, he's so confused. He's so upset about this ultimate. Like, he wants to go back, keep it up, because they don't know if they'll go in B. But he already committed, so he's like, has to be made. They have to play retake A.
Players on site. But a chip damage doesn't quite connect. Shadow's still fine to move forward.
That's a defense wall, by the way. So they cannot... So... Attackers are doing... Oh, shit. So the attackers are doing a sage wall here. This is the sage wall for the attackers. Right? And then the defenders are doing a sage wall here to not allow them to plant. Oh. That's so awkward. That is so awkward.
Doesn't quite connect. Shadow's still fine to move.
And he's boosted up.
Goes in, Starzo goes up and over, still going to be good for one, but the rifle gets dropped. And that's now Chronicle coming online. Bonecold still at least keeping himself in the battle. 3v2 isn't so simple, but Nats... Oh, this is huge.
That's huge info.
Nats is threading the needle. Yes, he gets noted, but still he does the damage. Facilitates the cross.
Remember, this is a bonus round for Acend. If they get one more kill, it's already a huge success.
Another weapon. That's huge for Acend.
Oh, see? Hyper already says about that.
Nats is 45 HP. Definitely doable here.
Oh, a little bit awkward peak because he was shifting up in every single corner, so he didn't have an advantage or like equalize the advantage by doing like strafe shifting, you know. This tournament is the first time I've seen defensive sage wall to deny plant. Oh, there's a lot of situations like that being used in general. Virtual Beauty.
Yo, Virtual Beauty, thank you much for the 3 months and welcome back. Thank you much for the ongoing support. That's a new subscriber badge for you.
Thinking about it. Nats. He's that far ahead.
It's really funny that Hypog and you come with the same conclusions at the same time. Because Hypog is at heart an analyst.
Plays just to isolate him. So Gambit do find their way back through here. They get that first on the board, which is fine, and they bring 3 rifles forward.
Again, not to criticize that. I love the play from Senior to come forward and try and take first contact on A to trigger that Viper's Pit being invested, but can't help but...
Any comments on that attacker wall? Attacker wall? I mean, that's the most basic attacker wall you can do.
It's a little...
Right?
Trigger
Wait.
that. Play for...
Fine, and they bring 3...
5 HP.
Yeah, that's the most basic attacker wall you can do.
All invested towards B again, just planting the seed.
Oh, Sage Wall. Diva, did you mean Sage Wall? Because it's good, I like that. I like placing the Sage Wall on the backside, but it's typically when you want to put... Actually, let me use Valorant for that. It's more clear. So typically, when you want to use the Sage Wall here, then you typically want to use a toxic screen that goes like something like this, an example, you know, or something like this, or even something like this here. You know, like there's many options. You just want to like kind of exclude the people like playing from this area, so you have control of this entire area and just have to do something about the kitchen. But it's not bad when you have still like the default, because this is conditioning like your opponents, right? And then when the wall drops down, you have better angles to fight those people here, so you can like be more aggressive towards the backside, or like the side, the orange side of B side. So yeah, when this Viper wall is down, right, and this is still active.
Look at the buy.
Yeah, it's...
Whole lot of nothing.
I mean, Zeke on the back of his ultimate does have a rifle, but Nats just walks up, won't go
Timing,
for
Gilles! Gilles! Oh, the timing could have been everything. He only gets one, though. Trades out, still gonna tee up someone like Acend. Gets the red guard down. Shados kicks into action, gets the punish on Starzo and fades away. A 2v2, but rifles get taken
What if two
away.
Sage Walls were placed at the same time? I don't think they can. One is being denied by the initial placement of the other one, if I'm not mistaken.
Quick to this, tries to clear, but now makes sure he sits with that spike, crossing on over, trying to keep this safe. Zeke gonna pop the ult as well. Acend with one and Zeke with the other. They make it work when it didn't look possible.
Yeah, it's on the back of one rifle. Acend made their weapon. It wasn't even the one involved in that engagement towards mid. That's on the...
I kinda ignored what was happening this round.
His ultimate does have a rifle, but Nats just planting the seed.
Look at the buy.
Let's look at it again, because it's a low buy. Why is Gambit losing a low buy right now? I'm out of things to say. Lace, me too. Thank you again for the 1,000 bits. It's crazy. 306,000 bits gifted by Lace. Madman. Mad woman. Even. So they play against a lower buy. They know about it. They push 3 people on A, 2 people mid.
Whole lot of nothing.
And this push on mid is very risky, right?
Back of his ultimate.
They push through a snake bite, both of them. What the fuck is this risk taking? Holy shit.
Does have a rifle, but Nats just walks up, won't go
Timing,
for
Gilles! Gilles! Oh, the timing could have been everything. He only gets one.
How does Defo die?
But Nats
Zeke from top of side with the only rifle just kills him.
Timing, Gilles! Gilles! Oh, the timing could have been everything. He only gets one, though. Trades out, still gonna tee up someone like Acend. Gets the red guard down.
And he wanted to get... No, Starzo was 5 out of 8. 5 out of 8, but they have low buy. I can understand what he wanted to do here.
Gets the red guard down. Shados kicks into action, gets the punish on Starzo and fades away. A 2v2, but rifles get taken away. They get to pour them over to their side, but no armor with Acend, and Gambit still sitting pretty with theirs. Site take comes in. Shados
I know they have 2 rifles and 2 rifles, man.
goes quick to this, tries to clear, but now makes sure he sits with that spike, crossing on over, trying to keep this safe. Zeke gonna pop the ult as well. Acend with one and Zeke with the other.
Nah, dude. This is like... When you think about those rounds, this is unnecessary risk-taking by Gambit. They play against a lower buy. They know about the one rifle, right? Because of the amount of cash. And you just split and you give away the weapons. This is just like the simplest thing. Right? It's just... It's unnecessary risk. I feel like not enough teams are playing 5-man stacks on attack when they play against a lower buy. Why risk? Why give away the weapons? Why risk the rounds by doing it?
They make it work when it didn't look possible.
that engagement themselves a snowball.
It's really awkward.
Next round gonna be very
Alright, B... Like, they conditioned the opponents with playing the B wall. Now it's low buy for Gambit.
difficult.
Cena just goes aggressive.
If Gambit can get everything online here, Defo actually
They see the orb being put on to... That lands on kitchen.
popping the Blade Storm.
No, wait, it landed on mid. Okay, that was a very late setup for mid.
Right away here.
Like, look, guys, they pushed from mid, right? Redgar and Nats pushed from mid into a toxic orb that was not of their own. No, sorry, of their own, but into a snake bite, which could have been a disaster at the beginning. Like, you could have already lost 2 guys there because they both went through the Viper's Pit. If Bone Cold would have actually had been ready for Nats, he was debuffed, so 2 bullets from one headshot from a Frenzy would have been lethal, just like a Vandal, and 3 body shots would have been lethal as well.
Maybe a peek to middle.
Nice shots.
And a peek to long. Acend so aware. We need him. If you're an Acend fan, you need him.
Well, that's a bit of a whiff on that dash, and he still kills.
You can see Shadow tries to just body block him.
I mean,
still stands.
they have just worse guns, you know? This is they just have worse guns, but now he gets a rifle. Yeah, but that's about it.
Zeke with a shot to the back. I don't know how Acend was alive for so long.
Still managed to find another on the way back down. Zeke coming online here early on.
Nice.
The fact that Acend anticipates that is just ridiculous to me.
Fair enough.
Zeke's like, yeah, okay, we take those. We take those.
4-1. That scoreline's looking healthy. I feel like this round could be
4 ultimates by attackers. Redgar has ultimate, Nats is ultimate. They didn't use well on B. So if I would have been an IGL for Gambit right here, I would like to abuse the Viper's Pit. If I want to abuse the Viper's Pit, I want to do this. Wait. I want to abuse the most powerful Viper's Pit, which is this one, right? So it covers rafters as well. If I want to do that, I'm typically doing a Toxic Orb in this spot first, so I can ult from this position here on site. That means that I need to put a lot of pressure. This is why we're going to see 5 people just pushing it. They just want to brute force the way onto site and then ult and play post plant from that position. So most likely we're going to see also a Viper wall here, early arrow here, like very standard. Drone or from here, like drone here, and then just double Leers. Wait, never mind, I have one Leer. Why do I have 1 Leer? Shaders has ultimate. Why is this? Wait, what? Okay, so I don't like this. Oh wait, never mind. He can't buy 2 Leers because he's missing 50. That's unlucky. That's unlucky. My point is, if you have your ultimate ready and you pop it at the beginning of the round, you don't need 2 orbs because you have infinite amount of orbs while the ult is active, so you can min-max this. The same way, when you're playing Reyna, but you shouldn't. When you're 5 out of 6, don't buy 2 orbs. Buy 1 orb, okay? Because you get the kill, you go to 6-6, you have 0 orbs, then you pop the ult, and you have 2 orbs again. Actually, infinite amount of orbs. And this is most likely big enough to have the option to win the round, or lose the round and die, anyway. But you can save 200 in credits, you know? Lays again with the gifted sub for Morty. My god, Lays.
heavily contested.
There's the arrow. There's a slow to punish the first push. And that's okay, so the smoke goes on rafters. There's the drone, there's the 1 Leer. Now they don't have anything for sight. So this Leer was useless, by the way. Because no one is peeking into this anyway. Because of the drone. And they're not taking space. I mean, they can't really because of the Viper util. Ugh.
On the way into sight here.
Good position by Shadows, to be honest. They're checking the smoke first. Shadows gets the first kill.
And maybe they don't have to be
Nats is not committing to the ult yet, so they're not certain about going in here.
Subtle about it. Shadows
They get the advantage. They might be actually going back. They kind of froze.
does his opposing number.
But this gives fuel to the opponents as well. Yeah, I don't get it. This is mistimed. They use the fuel to go on site, but this is a big mistake that I see a lot. Look, when this is up, when you see this setup right here, then you shouldn't be using this. Just put it down. When you put this down, you time it, so when your opponent is running out of fuel, you have your fuel, and you interval the attack in that moment. In this case, they both go down on fuel at almost the same time, and when Nats is trying to refuel, his opponent is also refueling.
And maybe they don't have to be subtle about it. Shadows quick to take down.
See? They went down exactly at the same time. So there's no advantage by using the Viper utility right now. And the defenders in the meantime walled off mid, so they can focus on defending A, even as a disadvantage.
Does his opposing number. The
See?
still
Yeah, I really don't like this. This is the powerful ultimate. It's not perfect because it doesn't cover the entirety of the rafters. There's a gap here. But yeah.
Then to slip in towards the side. Killers is right there amongst them all. This player is just around that corner. Spraying him wildly because it's no connection. It's Defo to find Bone Cold, and now the back line.
Okay.
Get some attention from Killers, but Acend pins down Defo, and the 4v3 carries on, but Acend tries to get involved in this. The spike yet to go down.
Oh, that's... Oh, Starzo gets randomly fucked. I will explain why. Okay?
And the 4v3 carries on.
Look. Starzo, he hears this. He hears this. So he wants to drop down onto the ult and fight with people. But what happened is, there's a sage wall beneath him. Here. Like, it's a terrible perspective. There's a sage wall beneath him. Like somewhere here. In this spot. So when he tries to move to this spot, he jumps by accident on that sage wall that he doesn't see, and he makes an accidental one-way for the opponents. It's very sad. It's very unlucky. Sometimes you're just unlucky, and that's one of the occasions here. You would let them get to site in position. Maybe they knew they were in site. I mean, but then you off-position them again with your own... I don't like using that Viper utility that way, but that's my own personal opinion, you know? It's too funny, man.
Starzo, he's going for the drop and he gets...
Oh, Achilles gets a little bit... Like, he mistakes... Like, look, he thinks that the opposing Reyna is on top of that wall because of the ray. Look. He thinks this ray is coming from a Reyna, so he looks at the top of it.
He's going for the drop and he gets sent packing. Redgar digs in his heels, finds 2 critical kills, and now Acend called upon. The man's needed here for Acend, and he's been outdone. Shadows takes the ground, and Gambit take the round.
And again, the Viper's Pit, crucial in terms of maintaining side control there. Acend desperately scrambling.
Still a tough round for Acend to even be successful because they play a 4v5 retake without any advantages. Like, this was a very, very how do I say that? Expensive round for Gambit. They use a Viper Spit, they use the Res, they used the Sova ultimate. So that's kind of a lot. Oh, and they use Defo ultimate. They use 4 ultimates here. 4 to just to guarantee this win.
This is exactly that kill I'm talking about here to stop Defo doing any further damage. Unfortunately, Starzo, I think he's expecting to drop down to ground level, but it's just his feet showing inside.
Yeah, now they have the very useful Shadows ultimate that was already there last round. All right, Starks is using the A retake wall this time. Which also cuts into mid, but it's typically not being used to control mid. Let's see.
Vycod actually riding the Sheriff into this. They want to get CNED online with that.
Zeke gets a peek onto mid through the wall. Just... I think it is through a smoke. They really need to do a additional icon through a smoke. Would be nice, right? Like, I think CS has this, right?
Operator.
Wait, where did Zeke just get that from? Straight through the smoke, maybe. Nats is trying to creep it. And as it fades, he walks it. Zeke so hyper aware now.
Right here.
Keeping control of middle might be critical to this, as now the sight hit comes in. Bonecold now knows that he doesn't have to worry about his back, but it's the front that's a
Why is
problem to this,
Bonecold
as now
playing with a
Zeke
Sheriff
so
up close?
Hyper aware now.
Right here.
Keeping control of middle might be
What the fuck? Why is he here?
critical to this, as now the sight hit comes in. Bonecold now knows that he doesn't have to worry about his back, but it's the...
So, my perspective on this particular round is that you have 4 rifles. Sorry, 3 rifles and an operator. This player is playing a Sheriff because he has the most useful utility. But if you're not gonna use the utility, then you're literally playing a Sheriff, man. Like, that's it. No recon arrow used, no drone being used, only 1 shock dart being used. I really don't understand this. Like, the purpose of this player here is to give info with the drone and the recon, right? And like accelerate or enable another player. And if that player dies, then this guy can pick up a gun. By playing in this position that is exposed to your opponents, give you less chances of being successful this round because you don't use the utility, right? Minus util. And you take a 50-50 angle with a Sheriff against a full buy. So it's not a 50-50. It's like a 20-80. Because if you miss first shot, well, then you're fucked, right? Really awkward.
Middle might be critical to this, as now the sight hit comes in. Bonecold now knows that he doesn't have to worry about his back, but it's the front...
He bought the operator as to CNET? Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with him playing the Sheriff, but if you play the Sheriff, don't play an exposed angle like this, right? You still have the util to be very useful this round.
It's a problem, as Shados is still the powerhouse, playing on through, creating space, and opening up a little bit of room for a plant to come in. Definitely now watching in case someone gets a little aggressive ahead on that short playback. Oh, gets popped. And now suddenly, this is looking dicey. Chronicle! How's he found 3?
Jesus Christ!
Chronicle turns this round on its head, and CNED.
Okay,
The last
well,
line of
I guess
defense for
Chronicle
Ascend
just
in
wins this.
As Defo and Shados to get past. He tries to lean forward and caught in the side. Shados is
Do
coming
you think
alive
changing
in
abilities
these
as a region with time
Just a dominant, no
to abilities as a
subtle
region
away
with
from
kills
again. Nats
would increase
trying
the
to
skill
find
gap and
space
enforce
to
more
hit. Zeke reads
gunplay?
it perfectly. I think
No, it would only enforce people to play characters that have better, like, more impactful utility. By doing this, Goku, homie, by doing that change, without changing the way the utility works in the first place, you're essentially buffing characters like Jet. Because suddenly she has the absolute best utility in the entire game. Because the other utility that you have in this space, think about Sova Recon, think about Breach, Fault Line. Those utilities, their purpose is not to get kills. You don't get help by getting those, by using those. You don't play for yourself. While Jet is allowed to play like stupid angles just because of that util that she has for free. So you would have to buff all of that support utility to make it work on a kill region like Jet Dash.
anticipating exactly how Nats wants to play that. But Chronicle, man, he's so sharp again today.
I think it would dump down the game a lot.
The loose translation there is sit down. So Chronicle closes that round out comfortably for Gambit.
And you just never get that far ahead of Gambit, it feels. There's always a way back in.
What about FNS suggesting that all utils should be nerfed so that they don't refill with time or with kills, so you can only use it once? Why are people so set to make this game Counter-Strike? Agents are not equal to each other. There needs to be balance between them by using not unified rules for every single agent. They're just plain stupid. It's just, if you don't want to play Valorant, play CS. This game works differently.
There's always something up the sleeve, and they've absolutely quelled the purchase.
I don't really
as well.
don't understand. It's like people just don't want this game to have utility for some reason.
A Gambit timeout coming through.
Interesting. This previous round, we'll see Zeke throw something in the mix here and trying to get Cino there. You can tell Acend. But
Then the middle score could. God, and everything's so tailor-made for the punish there. Zeke with a belt up. Big impact, but we know that they don't necessarily respect that. They might just continue forward.
see here if Gambit.
I can guarantee you guys, if suddenly all of this util would have been just one piece per round, people would suddenly complain about the fact that they cannot control the map, and now they are being spammed by just people just rushing 5 people, and they cannot do anything about it. That will be the outcome of that. People just don't like to think about potential outcomes of a change. That people just want something to be changed without thinking what would do to the game.
Force the issue. So it's looking as if that's the case. The Acend almost give up full side control for the time being, at least.
I don't know, people just want this game to be, let's dry peek every single fucking angle and just go for 50-50s. Fuck off.
We'll get confirmation of Redgar's location. Actually, both walls invested, so a little bit of a stalemate here ahead of the plant.
There's 4 players behind this site. Cened's got the ult out as well. Shados isn't going to get much done.
That wall gives the gap. Like, holy shit, look at this. This wall from defenders gives this gap here. That is not... And this wall is from attackers. This sage was from attackers, so... Fuck! This small gap is being abused by Stark, so he just peeks here and gets the kill on this person here. Holy shit. The point of Acend was that Valorant is a bit tricky because you get to take control of a particular position, then you also get to do a perfect side execute just because you have rechargeable util, and defenders don't have any options to hold the side with all the util that is dumped inside and also used to clear all the positions on this side. What are we talking about? What pro play actually proves is that attacking is way more tough for the teams that defending. And what are those people trying to convey is that it's actually easier to attack? Like what? I don't get this. Like, this is so out of context.
Behind this site. Cened's got the ult out as well. Shados isn't going to get much done this time. Cened's there towards Nats. It's on Redgar, it's on Chronicle, and Chronicle, this would be a time to really do a bit of a mental damage towards the opponents. But again, there's still so many bodies, but they are on Sheriffs. A couple of upgrades here and there, but he's found maybe the chance on one. Oh, the second Bone Cold. Keeps control. And gets it across the line.
Is that a second thrifty from Acend? I think so.
Enough of a purchase for it to be dangerous for Gambit here.
Absolutely. Redgar's almost...
No, I just dislike the opinions of people who want to make this game CS, you know? This is not CS, this is a different game.
Off these rifles sometimes with a Guardian or a Judge.
People just want this game to become a snooze fest of holding angles for 1 minute, like in CS. Because you don't have enough util to actually do anything. That will be the outcome. If you're not gonna have your util like the one skill, the most basic skill of your agent to be cooldown based, right? Then you're not gonna use it for the first 40 seconds, and the entire game will slow down because no one will want to use the util, so everyone will just wait for the opponents to make a stupid peek and get that kill when he's dry peeking and just forehead checking.
Defo will be noted.
You know what I don't like watching CS? Because it's a snooze fest.
We'll draw out the wall investment here from Starzo, actually. That's a lockout tube.
Everyone just saving guns on all the time and waiting a minute on every single round.
Actually, we'll get tagged immediately with the Aldo and force him off this angle. Actually, Chronicle looks to try and close this out. We'll burn the dash away at least.
So it's a good trade. Dash for an 8 orb. I like this.
Closure, maintaining for CNED though is critical. Let's see how he fares now. Op in hand, gonna retake a little bit of that space.
Was a little bit exposed on the right angle though.
Just holding for this cross. Gambit have shown not much towards that A site, and now the utility gets invested. A jump peak for Shados, and they start to slow walk.
Good angle.
Towards the site.
They are not being seen here. Ult from Bonkold, but I don't think it... Wait, what? Where is he ulting?
Gambit have shown not much towards that A site, and now the utility gets
He's
invested.
pinging B green.
Shados, and they start to slow walk up towards the site.
Oh, look. That's a bit unlucky. He doesn't hit anyone. Because he's doing it blindly.
Ult comes out.
Imagine he actually does it on site. Holy shit, he had a potential of killing like 3 people.
Really presented. Zeke on the back lines in a miss, and a bad one at that. Starzo by his side though, gonna make up for the problems. Nats exceeds expectations. Rez comes out. CNED back on his feet, and Starzo with a mad step towards Shados. It's put so much pressure back, and Starzo's having a round. 3 already. He's making it 4.
I like Starzo's playstyle because he's fearless when he has to. Like, when I complain about players in ranked, is because I expect people to have sometimes the balls of like someone like Starzo. He knows exactly when to be aggressive and take the risks because it pays off most of the time. Another point is that using all of this util don't take any skills because they recharge with some time, so players will just use them without thinking they will get them back later if they now agree with this. So you're saying that using utility for a specific reason is just spamming it. That's completely 2 different points. You can look at Fnatic, who are using, in example, the Gravity Well and Fault Line in combination with Raise Paint Shells to get early advantage and to push off people or just get kills. And then you have people who use that to just do it without any support, just spam it. And people act like it's the same. Like, it's actually maddening that people have this opinion.
Had to close down the account, but what an answer back from Starzo.
Like, it's just, for me, that sounds like Kek W, you know? Like, it really makes no fucking sense, man, to hear those opinions. You don't want to have skills in the game actually matter? Play a different game. This game is built upon, and the maps are built upon, those skills to work this way.
Really build off. No Blade Storm available either for Defo.
Like, imagine attacking this game without rechargeable like recon arrow, rechargeable like flash or anything.
Real quick, that's not bad for CNED. Bone Cold next in line, trying to hold this push up, do some chip
pointless
damage. Shados down a little low. Defo.
And then you have a Cypher or a Killjoy be in the game and be like,
still keeps calm, keeps cool. Goes for a mad shot. Not gonna find it, but it is now a 1v3, and Nats outnumbered, outgunned.
Okay, that's just a deathmatch.
Bit though, but it's enough to keep my attention drawn. An aggression down middle, Zeke. Gonna try and work down tube.
Looking for a little bit of a pace change here on the side of Acend. It'll be just that. We're on the other side of it, but Zeke now will be able to tuck himself in. On the back of that contact, Keeler's actually invests his Viper's Pit.
Alright, there's no way that Gambit just pushes into a Viper's Pit, right? And this is where like the difference between those teams comes in, like the composition. Sorry, not teams. The composition. Like Fnatic, I loved when they played instead of the Reyna. Right? Instead of the Reyna, they play Killjoy. And when they have this ultimate here, they have a Alarm Bot here with a Nano Swarm to protect the Viper to play from here. They have the same setups on Split. It was so beautiful. And here we just have 2 Reynas.
Gambit, a pause for thought. See, CNED now has adjusted all the way to the backside of 8.
This mid lane up and CNED's presence on A allows at least 3 players for Acend to be comfortable enough towards that B side.
But the thing about Domo's
especially
departure
Valorant
from
as well.
Fnatic, I don't like to comment on like changes in teams. You have no clue what's going on. Not a single one of us has a clue what's going on those teams. And unless someone from the team is literally talking about why is someone leaving, then it makes no sense to comment on this. And it's still a rumor. I don't know if it's true.
Condition in this round's conversion when we saw this similar piece last time. Definitely wants to clear over by yellow, which he should be able to do. And Killers just dips his toes in. Now going to invest a little more utility. It's not full commitment just.
Well, it did clear like 3 players, I think, from behind yellow.
Information relayed, though.
I think 3 members of Gambit were down to 1.
Look, literally, Hyper is saying the same stuff as I am. Literally the same.
1 HP there, so that snake fight. Unfortunate not to find anything behind the wall, but he already created a hole. This makes it so awkward to plant now. 18 seconds left.
You're seeing Chronicle still deliver towards Bone Cold. That's not good from Starzo. Outdone time now. 12 seconds. Zeke beats Nats, but it's a 4v3.
He would have been a little bit faster, would have been successful.
In the walk, you can see it to the left side. Red Girl gets caught. I thought him dead to rights, but Zeke's still
I don't care
there.
about the abilities, just fix gunning. What do you mean, humbug?
What have you got for us? Chronicle just going to try and live this out.
What?
Takes down Zeke.
I mean, it was visible.
Domination has seen it, now drops in. The big reveal in a second's time, tries to spam on through, doesn't get what he wants. Killers is right there as well. A tap on this one.
Yeah, this is her. This
Draws the fire.
again, Vandal. Defo gets killed because of the Vandal. He starts shooting first. Look,
A tap on this one.
he starts shooting first. Exactly, you know exactly where the bullets are coming from. You know exactly the angle. And Cena just goes, yeah, you're here. Bam. Gets killed.
Draws the fire. What? Seen it. Beheads him. Dashes away. Tries to absolutely play his life, but time. Hypoc, they're running out of time here.
It's an open plant as well, so Chronicle can punish this if they go for it. Cena's actually sticking through. He's going to get the half.
He's got it to half, but that's all he's going to get. Shados denies, and Gambit this time will make it count.
Last round before the switch.
Jet needs to go, and the shit's broken as fuck. I mean, yeah, Jet is broken.
Find their 5th on attack.
Hopefully the first patch of the new year will change a lot of stuff when it comes to agents. I would just love to see a lot of changes. Like Brimstone, Omen, Jet, Cypher maybe a little bit, you know?
That would be huge,
We'll see.
considering how some of these rounds have gone.
Oh, he actually didn't see it.
5th on attack. That would be huge, considering how some of these
Or did he?
rounds
Hard
have
to
gone for
say.
Acend.
I think that maybe that was the character.
Chronicle just spots not even a pixel. The shadow of a pixel there. But it's so bold for Gambit to leave a late round hit onto B with the Viper Spit, with full mid control in the hands of Acend as well. It's almost like Acend, they're double guessing themselves there.
Speaking of double AWP coming out. We've got Zeke on one, seen it on the other.
The only thing that pisses me off is noob-friendly guns. A luxury CS doesn't have. I think I don't think we play the same games. I mean, I played the same games as you have. Because there were always noob-friendly guns in CS. Shotguns were overpowered in CS at many points in metagames, in many versions of CS. MP5 in CS 1.6 was absolutely insanely broken, and you could have just abused running and gunning with almost full accuracy. Like, CZ was absolutely broken. I can't remember even the other names of the other guns. But like, what the hell are we talking about here?
Different. Let's see if
Okay,
Zeke can
you know
add a
what?
different figure to this round.
I know that now, after you saying like 3 sentences, I know that your opinions are now worthless. So here, take a 10 minutes timeout and don't speak about like stuff anymore, because I don't want to get triggered.
Looking for that chance, needs it, gets it. Nat still finds Bone Cold though, so the flank's not coming in. There's no help on the way now. It's a 3 that stand for Acend, and Gambit.
It's those exactly people that are talking on Reddit. It's like, Valorant child game, noob friendly running gun. It's exactly those people.
Every single trade is still favorable until then. Zeke will get it back on even footing. Oh, and Zeke! How's he doing it? A 1v1 though. Up against the god himself of Nats. How do you get around this, Zeke? What's the plan in mind? Is this what
Oh, shit. that sound from Zeke.
We want, but the time is going to be just trickled away. HP burning down, ripped away from him. He's down to absolute.
That's dropped this day. Oh, that is so smart. I love this. I love this.
Nothing in the close.
I love this. That's very smart.
Dead to rights, and it's going to be a close half. 7-5.
Switching sides.
Gambit
Maybe you
building
already answered this,
that.
but what do you think about the
After, it
Euro
looks so
reworks? Will that make him
comfortable
more
early
picked
on.
on pro play?
Keeler's got
We
a
have to see the
fantastic start
entirety of the
so
changes.
with that Viper's pick coming on.
Like, guys, it's hard to say, like, in vacuum, we only seen, like, 2 changes to Euro. There's gonna be more. And also, like, there's gonna be changes to auto agents. So, there has to be context.
So early. Acend try and get a little weird with it in the final round. A double up setup, as you noticed, but there's so many late round pieces there. Bit of it.
Man, Icebox is just plain boring when teams are playing Reynas. Really. It really is. It really fucking is, man. There's no nuance here. Or the nuance is just so streamlined that every single round almost feels the same. I'm really not surprised that many pro players and coaches don't like Icebox, because most teams just play Reynas. Hopefully Chamber will change a lot, and like Euro will change. We'll see.
Countering that pressure, we'll find Bone Cold. Acend want to try and force this though. Shados will find a second.
And they're still just fine.
Is Mio Omen get barely used in this tournament? I think Omen has 100% win rate, if I'm not mistaken. He was used twice.
They all got kind of bundled up together, but they come out of it scot-free, and the fight continues. But it's so favorable to Shados, who's just been a butcher, dicing up Acend, leaving just seen it alive. A 1v4, and it ain't looking likely. Shados with a shutdown.
Meet Rappy, big. We'll try.
A retake wall on A. 2 sheriffs. 2 D. Okay. So Defo is baiting for Shadows here.
Find something actually on the back of the light.
Never mind. Shadows just peeks.
See, but
That's interesting that they actually get this.
Defo opens things up. Bone Cold falls off.
What I'm talking about, they won the piss round. Never mind. I for some reason I swapped the roles.
The rip. See, will find himself a sheriff somehow.
Chronicle gonna be watching this cross. Eyes peeled. Just backing away.
Redgar as well. They're going to hear this as soon as Redgar gets towards Boiler.
Eggs here. Oh, wait. There's a glitch in the Matrix. Look. They're the same. Where's the cat here?
The space is taken. Can they get a punch?
Look at the backstab.
The fuck is that laugh? Are you guys hearing this?
The space is taken.
Dude, guys, can you hear that? Are you guys hearing this laugh?
Redgar as well. They're going to hear this as soon as Redgar gets towards Boiler.
The space is taken.
There's someone laughing in the background. I wonder who that is. Is that the analyst desk?
Can they get a punch?
Look at the
on it, though?
backstab.
Yeah, they really could. I want to see if they can do this cleanly, though. The timing's actually heartbreaking for them, and it gets just sent away. There's so much opportunity there. And you're right, the timing window just got shut on them. The read from Gambit just
Do you think Chamber makes into the meta for high-level pro players? Is he ranked agent only? I think there's absolutely no reason to play Reyna over Chamber in the next year.
Get closer.
The awareness, that internal clock ticking away. Like you said, it goes silent for a little bit. Redgar, desperately, he's almost baiting somebody into beaking him, right? Starzo's there relaying that information. They try and backstab, and I mean, who else is there? Chronicle as well. He's there. So
this round being Acend's, right? Surely, as we're on the bonus now for Gambit, they can do a lot of damage.
Retake on B.
And the confidence is brimming. Look at them again, still happy.
You can see now the purpose of the slow. Because Defo, because of that, he cannot go back after the dash.
Take this fight, this scrap. They don't back away instantly. The Chronicle tries to slip further forward. He's happy to work like this, but Chronicle does go down to Bone Cold. Good check from Bone Cold to not get too ahead of himself. Not just try and chase down Defo. Hunt it down too far. He maintains.
I can see Chamber replacing Killjoy Cypher on most maps. I mean, I can see him definitely being played on Breeze, Bind, Ascent, Split. They're all great maps for Chamber.
A little bit of damage done on the way in though. Seen it down to 54.
Icebox, definitely. 100% Icebox. He's actually, I think his best map is Breeze and Icebox. Like there's no way you don't want to play him on those maps. You're able to be more aggressive on defense, take those risky angles like Reyna, but actually you don't have to hit, so you don't have to pay the price if you miss. And you get a free operator on maps that are pretty big. It's pretty insane.
As well on 24.
And you have control of the map with the traps. Like, and also, imagine like the biggest aspect of Chamber. You start with a raid boss. Like Reyna becomes a raid boss when someone gets an assist. Right? When you get an assist or get a kill, you become a raid boss. But Chamber is an instant raid boss. Because he is starting most of the time with 125 and 4 bullets. Or 125, 2 bullets and a bot. Like it's on a pro play, that's like insane. And he just counters people with ghosts. He just counters people with ghosts. He just counters people with full util. So if someone has 100 HP, Chamber just kills him with 2 double taps over the map.
Expect Acend to try and slow down, wait for that to come back online. So just poised right now.
What do I think about Cypher ult not needing body twos? Yeah. And it has no flavor.
Yeah, that gives them an opportunity.
Then it has no flavor, and also it's, I think it's too strong. Because you can time exactly when you want to get the full info. And you can do it from even spawn. Nah, that's broken.
Re-explore towards A site. Zeke back up to 84 HP now.
Meticulous progress though from Acend. Very cautious, very quiet.
30 seconds left.
You can see the respect that Gambit command in these sort of games. You have to be so careful to not fall to any of the
Spike planted.
tricks that they have up the sleeve. And the rest of the players going to make their way over now. Shados does have the rifle. See what they have in mind.
Well, retake on a bonus round. Shadows just got a gun?
Players got any of the
Spike planted.
No, he was playing the gun all the time.
up the
Never mind.
sleeve.
Will lead the charge here. Utilities to deal with on the way through, but we'll deal with this wall first of all. Shadows will.
Important, guys, if you wonder why did he swap, destroying this doesn't help you. Destroying this kind of helps you, because then when you try to breach this, you can pay attention to this angle first and then this angle later on, right? So you go 1, 2. But if you destroy this and this is still intact, right? And you go through here, then you have to check an angle here, 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 and here. Just very basic stuff, but I thought I'm gonna explain why did he change his mind.
Actually, a couple of members of Acend will retreat.
Phone Cold's going to be overwhelmed. Shados has done the first bit of damage here, but the time is going to be of the essence. CNET finds Nats. They're falling. CNET's found Redgar. It's going to be on 1, and it's done.
Pretty good
Starzo
bonus.
gets Defo. And Acend will only keep 2 alive, but they get the round.
Eliminate the 50-50. I mean, there's still gonna be 50-50s, but you can limit the amount of them.
Opportunity to ride that through on this next round.
Your take on Phoenix Zero pick rate needs rework? I think is actually, in my opinion, he is actually pretty good on Breeze, and he should be played definitely instead of Reyna. But it's my take.
Good round from CNET.
Oof, snappy.
Like he has the,
Beautiful kills.
I think he has the most powerful ult in the game when you consider his ult being on a 6 orb, and you can just get the orb every round on Breeze A on attack. Like that's mental. You can get 4 to 5 ultimates on a single attack phase from Phoenix. Like that's just bonkers.
Open up on the top of pipes. You see what Acend can done here.
Please keep the chat in English, thank you.
It's lined up on that.
This is getting kind of dicey out here. Redgar.
And Phoenix's flashes can abuse Viper walls and like flashes and smokes in general.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to fall away. They are overwhelmed in the end, and Cena gets to pop the ult. Looking to maybe catch out Redgar here, but...
Interesting wall.
said than done. The
Interesting
man's been
wall,
monster.
because this wall can be abused by the opponents by just jumping on it. I'm not sure I like this.
Looking to
Look, like because of that, you see, look how Def was playing. Def needs to hold this because they are aware that someone can just jump on this and just try to abuse it, right? So this is actually a little bit awkward. Imagine if those now this is transferred. This knowledge about this wall is being transferred to the attackers. Now attackers, this guy here, CNED, waits. He's gonna jump on this, but he's gonna wait. He's gonna do as the last player. Okay, so we do a synchronized swimming here. People are going behind quietly behind yellow. You have like two, maybe two. Let's assume 2 players are here, maybe 3, right? Those people now peek with some utility through yellow, pressure site, and then this guy jumps on the wall. That would be the way I would play, but it's hard. Like, you don't see often this wall, so it's hard to make this communication unless you're a very fucking good IGL with great linguistics that are accessible to you. Like, because this could be abused, but it requires you a lot of like explaining power in the least amount of words.
Ciao, Red Guy here, but he said than done. The man's been a monster to deal with. Not a huge amount of kills, but always so integral. As it stands, they peel away for now.
What do you think about Acend picking Omen over Astra? I mean, it worked for them. But, ooh, that headshot. But I don't think it's a good choice in general. Astra is just insanely powerful in comparison.
Let's have some utility to work around. Yes, we'll pull that up and slow things down a little bit. Acend have to be diligent on the way in here.
The thing is, in spots like this, right? As a coach, an example. If I would be Ascend's coach doing a VOD review of those games, I would be sitting with the players, going round by one, each round, like nitpicking, min-maxing, and I would make sure to explain the potential plays that can be done here. So if any similar occasion arises in the next matches, right, those players will have the context.
With no presence, Gambit already creeping back towards A site.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see if maybe Zeke tries to keep them attentive towards that ace.
Okay. So that's a preemptive snakebite on the default to make sure people are not planting. That's because no one is going on B, so defenders are anticipating a push on A. That is very nice. That is very, very, very nice.
Site, but now it's noted, it's been heard, it's been seen. And as the Shados back at the site with Nats up towards the rafters, it's Starzo on the first chopping block, and they've gone down. Gambit holding 3, and now Nats just comes alive when needed.
He just came down to a brawl. That's about it.
A beautiful round again. The how to clear out all these angles, push back side.
But I really like the utility from Nats. Like that snakebite definitely helped them by like carving a little bit of space for them, you know?
Money off the back of that, right?
Absolutely. Deny that. Start.
Just fireball from them.
This actually leaning back, but already lined up with a slow orb. It's going to be difficult to cross.
It's been 4-1 in this half already. Gambit have looked so ready for everything that the Acend have been trying to do. Redgar not being quiet about this.
That was a little bit awkward. That was a little bit awkward. Cena could have been dead because that wall was definitely destroyed when he was actually crossing that point.
I wonder if he gets caught here from the top of Tube. You can see that's Cened's intention, but Redgar very aware of what that may be. Nats on the other side. 3 players trying to face down Cened right now, and there's no easy support. If Zeke overcommits, Nats gets the punish. This is difficult, and yeah, that's Nats. Oh, it's Nats all day! 2 quick kills, and Acend are now starting to struggle. We need a moment back from them.
And this is...
Nats gets the punish.
And I'm not sure, like, this is me just talking straight over my ass, but Nats just knows how to abuse this kind of Viper orbs, because if I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure if he did this Viper wall optimized to this point that he is being a standard in this play, because it leaves enough space. Look, I was talking about it a lot. This Viper orb leaves you enough space to peek from here without being exposed from kitchen, so you can look at the side first. But the outcome of this orb is that it leaves space for a player to be here. So you need to be aware of that. And Nats just abuses that. So it's very smart play by Nats to know how to abuse this specific setup, because he essentially makes something out of someone who doesn't play Viper. Probably doesn't know that. You know?
This is difficult.
So here Zeke just goes like into the blind, thinking there's no one here.
Oh, it's Nats all day. 2 quick kills, and Acend are now starting to struggle. We need a moment back from them, and it's not going to come in the form of CNED right now. Down to Bone Cold.
And now they have the spike, they ulted that. Yeah, good luck. Okay, this is done, right? Yeah, okay. Timeout, okay.
Don't
close here.
Low buy from Acend. They're just pushing 4 people A side. Standard push.
Using an ultimate in a round like this. Chronicle actually will get his Hunter's Fury.
Achilles on mid.
Defo looking for something. Starzo on the other side of this. CNED actually closes.
CNED just gets what the fuck?
bad, but Defo very quick. Forced down to 18 HP though, gonna be able to fall away.
Frenzy's
Chronicle
just...
gonna sit safe towards the back of the side. Now you can see the response.
Good thing we don't have a meta anymore when pistol rounds were 5 frenzies and 5 small shields, man. Well, maybe 4 frenzies and 4 small shields.
As said, it's never just one.
It's crazy,
There's 3
man.
players now waiting in the back. Zeke gets himself.
Icebox needs a mid B rework, do you think? I think just the B rework. I feel like there needs to be more space here. Like this needs to be more space. Because the post plant feels like very monotonous. You know, if we get more space on over here, it would feel both better for defenders and attackers, in my opinion. So it depends on the context just of the round. Otherwise, I feel like it's pretty good. Maybe a bit of more space on A as well. I don't know, but I don't think it's a bad map. I really don't think it's a bad map.
Acend are giving it everything they can for this one. Starzo, wait, there's
It just becomes a brawl fest because people play with Reynas.
life in them yet. They're refusing to go down. Starzo doing everything, but look alive. That's the man who dominated them on Fracture, who's been in their head since the start. And they run. They try and get that spike. Pathway.
Was it cutting off as well on the broadcast?
If Keyless gets the plan, does actually have the Viper's Pit available. Looks like Bone Cold going to be the one.
Yeah, because only the audio from the cast is cutting off.
If there was any, I'd be with you, but it's Nats, and it always seems possible with this man. He finds any mistakes and punishes he sees.
What a timing, man.
Tries to get it clean, he does, and now it's down to 1. Bone Cold will be sweating.
Oh wow, the
bullets.
50-50, man.
Desperately need this round.
Oh
It's the
wow.
man, the big man against him, and he's gonna be taken out. Bone Cold.
My friends,
As Acend needs him, he stands tall. That was a
Acend wins
critical
3
round for
eco rounds on this map. That is just terrifying, man. That is just terrifying for Gambit.
Shados waiting in the corner. Zeke gonna lean forward. There's gonna be the ult being popped. Chronicles in a bit of trouble here. CNED's already found Shados. That could be the site open. Look at the over-aggress. I love that from Zeke. Get in their face. CNED, the second line. And
Not a
Gambit
brawl.
now feel the full force of Acend, leaving Nats and Defo not really in a position to say much about this.
Defo has the operator. Has to be a consideration here. Don't want to throw that one away.
It's really overcommitment, man.
Financial advantage.
When people have thrifties, I see people on full buys just be too confident.
Weapons in a round like this.
And they, because of that, they grief themselves.
Also not cycling
Like too much confidence against
It's worth
thrifties
considering
is
in the equation.
really, I don't know, it's
Acend
such a
gotta be careful.
huge
Yes, they want the
problem
thrifty, but
in the entire scene.
they definitely want to carry across 5 rifles.
I guess it's up to coaches and analysts to actually paint that picture to the
in
teams
the next round.
for them to realize what are the mistakes
Acend will
in
tie
those
things
rounds,
up.
because it's typically just overcommitment.
Get big
When they start flipping it up,
Shados and maybe actually Defo going for a quick peek towards lower here.
they've got the res, maybe feeling confident about it. And
Beautiful.
why not just be confident about your own ability? Defo outdoes CNED, and that's that first blood that's been missing from them a couple of these rounds.
No res available as well, so
Thrifty is a low buy.
have to play this as 4. The wall again invested towards mid. So we'll give Redgar some information to act upon. Nats actually holding pretty close contact here at the end of B main. Be able to slow things down with his snake bite. We'll find a head on the other side of that peak. No rotation just yet. You can see Redgar considering it.
Oh shit, I really need to charge my phone.
Yeah, wall goes up.
Did he just fuck up the wall?
Can't quite go for the spike.
No. I don't think he fucked up. There's a molly, okay?
Just comes ahead of it as well.
Yeah, he has to respect that now. Nats is buying time, which is fantastic
He did fuck up the wall.
for the rotations. 'Cause they didn't
Oh
necessarily fight early.
no.
Nats is really
He did fuck up the wall.
It might even be Gambit. Give this up.
Yep. This is why they were spamming it. Oh, that is certainly unlucky. Holy shit.
yeah, wall goes up.
Oh, he feels for sure bad in that moment.
Can't quite go for the
Snake
spike
bite
while
just
he
comes
wanted.
ahead of it as well.
Yeah, he
10-10. When you're losing in finals of champions and you fuck up the wall for the plant. Oh my, I can't imagine the stress that you're going through in a situation like this. Feels bad for Starzo. Holy fuck.
to respect that now. Nats is buying time, which is fantastic for the rotations because they didn't necessarily buy early. Nats is really
And he's still
trying to
alive
damage
for some
this
reason. I don't
backline
understand.
defense. The Gambit can depend upon for now. Time. They didn't leave it too late though. It's still 34 seconds, but Zeke.
They already checked that up for
Tricky
Tifel.
scenario. You know that players are close by. Just going to use the lid to try
Oh yeah. See?
and buy a little bit of safety.
Shit,
Redgar
man.
still finds Starzo. That's how the spike left loose. Nats gets involved. Retakes is ahead. The man is so brave to do this. But Bone Cold quells it, but look what's left. It's down to just one. Bone Cold in a 1v3.
And they
13
kinda-
seconds. And I think Gambit might have
And they kinda lose this because of that wall, man. It feels bad.
just done it.
That feels really bad.
Control, but
Starzo for sure has some guilt in him, but he's a positive guy, so he's gonna try to shake it off. But it definitely feels bad in that moment.
One of the most
Like, this
integral
stress
rounds
for sure is
coming
super
forward.
high.
Rifles out still.
Because you just lost so much time trying to plant that you couldn't play post-plant, so the entire team had to fight instead of just playing safer.
For Acend, purchase still pretty enough. But 11 on the board for Gambit and 12
Pretty tough situation, man.
gets them almost not just map point, but match point and championship point.
Standard setup on A for defenders, pipes control, but why are people playing from here? Maybe it'd be because they don't want to make noise, but you have to use the... I don't get it, man. Why is Acend going from here? From this area? So, I thought, okay, so if you want to go from this area, you don't want to make noise. But if you don't want to make noise, you can use the drone. So why not just go straight up the belt and drop down here? So you stand behind this wall in this area, right? Behind this entire tube. And then drone from here so it has wider access. That is really awkward. I don't get it. And they had a lot of time.
Our first player to swing the corner. The Owl drone put in just to deal with it.
Yeah, dude. Oh yeah, this is avoidable. Sure was talking before this happened about seeing a wall on the minimap. I hope devs eventually show the wall on the minimap before it's put to hump if there's a smoke. No, I don't think that should have been done. I don't think that should be done. You don't see auto utility how you're putting on the minimap before you do it.
that is perfection from Defo. Just waiting a second, anticipating the peek behind
So this death from Zeke could have been easily avoided if they would just go behind this wall.
the Owl drone. And he's rewarded for it. Again, no res, not even close for Starzo. Have to play this out as 4. Gambit can sit back now with a man advantage.
There's a man to do it. It might just be Acend though, and they need him right now. He's been having hot and cold games. This would be the round.
I love Squirtles.
Yo, Twitch baby, 9 months. Thank you, I love Squirtles. Welcome back, my friend. Today is the birth.
So what's the name of the baby?
That you depend on your heavy hitters, your superstars. But he can't find the way forward. Starzo going to try and just defend that spike going down. Bone Cold puts his life in his hands. Starzo looks
Jet? Oh my god, Devo's.
Cena takes a look, takes a glimpse and takes
Or
a scout.
a fair being done. Oh my
Red
god,
guard
dude.
down, Cena.
Jesus
You say you
Christ.
need him.
Okay.
There he is, but it's not without reply. Bone Cold and
And
Starzo
Nats gets a kill on
You
Keelys,
say
man.
you need- takes a glimpse and takes a
Oh
scout.
my
Shadows goes.
god,
Red
dude.
guard
Nats with the lurk
down,
from mid.
Cena. You say you need him. There he is, but it's not without reply. Bone Cold and Starzo put into a 2v2. You got Nats and Chronicle, the dastardly duo that we saw from the first time.
Not good enough,
now
though.
Starzo takes down half of it. It's all on Chronicle. A 1v2 to get to 12, or it's 11-11. And we go all even again.
Yeah, there's no way you can
Chronicle
win
tries to
this.
get further forward around
There's
the world.
no
He
way
goes
you can
high,
win
just
this.
playing
Yeah.
time. Starzo, perfect composure. It's 11-11. Neither side can break ahead.
Isn't it worth quick switching in this game, or should I just wait for the op to reset normally? So, I am actually not certain, but it's with the reload of every other gun, it's not worth quick switching. Like, canceling the animation of the reload is actually detrimental, so you shouldn't do that. It actually costs you time to cancel the animation of the reload, so just wait out the reload. When it comes to quick scoping, I'm actually not certain.
2,000 credits behind this purchase for Gambit.
Viper wall A, but a little bit deeper. Okay, okay. That's a different wall. That's a different wall. Look, it leaves space over here on screens and behind this wall in maze.
And Shadows
I mean,
is
an elbow.
screaming these comms. You can
Okay,
see it in the
let's see how they play with that. So they used a recon. Ah, okay. So this is the play. So the recon arrow lands on the top of the wall over the elbow, so you can get the kill on this guy standing here through here. That's the setup. That's the setup. That's what you want to achieve with this. They didn't get anything from it.
Quick. It's on Shadows to do any sort of damage he can.
They pass each
Slips
other.
the net.
And Shadows just pushes the defensive Viper wall. Just gets a 50-50.
It's Shadows to win. Zeke goes down. Falls
Only
away
reason to
safely.
quick switch is to take out the knife and move. But that means you're certain that there's not an enemy close to you. Oh shit, forgot about that. My bad.
And Shadows is screaming these comms. You can see it in the camp.
Yeah,
Cena
yeah.
just closing that gap quick. It's on Shadows to do any sort of damage he can.
They both actually peek through the walls.
But
Jesus
Slips
Christ.
the net. It's Shadows to win. Zeke goes down. Falls away safely. Chronicle by his side. The rest of the team's on the way. But Shadows wants to get to 12 on his own back. Bone Cold stops the tear before it really comes through. But the spike goes down. Post plant. 3 of them standing. Rez comes in and could be 4 back up. There's the Rez. It's going to be Red Guard getting
This is a true mirror match.
Shadows. There's Zeke back on his feet. It's
And this is the most powerful ultimate on A, but it's being used by the defenders.
a 4v5 now. Defo still stands finding killers. And look at the positioning coming out.
No way.
Defo! How's he got Starzo? And now it's all down to Zeke. The one man against the army of Gambit. And it's
And they
12
use
on
the
board
the
for
sage
Gambit
roll to
now.
also defuse, man.
That round comes apart at the seams for Acend. And immediately, the res available, the Viper's pick comes through, it allows them to reinforce that retake so quickly. So quickly. Acend don't even have a chance to catch them. Blade Storm available.
Def was just pushing mid with the arrow. 4 players going B. 1 player is holding A.
He's walking mid.
But now they're going back to
Cena's on
mid.
his ult, though.
He gets the tag. 32 on
It's not a
CNET.
tag. It's not a frag though. CNET still stands. He walks away alive for now.
Almost made noise.
That's
Oh, there's
huge though.
three
You
players
want
here.
Cena to be
That's a nice look. Oh shit. You don't want to peek into this. So how is this being played? Pay attention. There's small differences. So this like the shoe is visible, but don't mind this, okay? But at least you can learn a little bit. So Redgar is playing for contact. When Nats sees someone, that's where Starks is. That's where Redgar peaks. He hasn't known that his shoe is visible. But that's how we want to play in this situation here, you know?
98.
But they actually go, because of the smoke is being active at mid. She wants to slow it back to this, and now is going
Yeah,
back to
sets up the
control
quickest
mid.
hit.
Both of them go mid because yellow is being controlled by Defo. Okay.
Defo's re-aggressing. He's going for a second look. Another
It's gonna
bite
be
to the
tough
cherry.
now.
The first tag on Cena. Does he now?
2 snake blades being used on yellow to clear it.
The better of
And they're both missing. So CNET gets killed by Defo for free. But now he gets traded because he cannot go back because he goes straight into
You got the first tag on
into
Cena. Does he
that
now get the better of him? Forced to
snake
finally
bite and he has no
succeeds.
dash.
Cena
So
dead.
1 for 1. This is good for
Blades
attackers.
come out. Killers is going to find him, so it's not going to be easy just yet. It's not smooth sailing across the board.
Nice.
Starzo holds his own, takes down Nats. They have to
Very good
respect
play
this
by
familiar
Starzo.
second.
Catches
Shadows
Nats
straight
off guard
Chronicle.
like
What's the
completely.
plan?
They wanted to destroy the Sage wall, so he wasn't prepared for that Sage to being on the wall.
Yeah, they want to scrap for this. They want to fight.
Lear's being destroyed first moment. The wall goes down, gets destroyed as well. No one is watching yellow. 3 players and all look long.
The time.
No one is watching yellow. That's a big
This is it.
mistake.
Time to strike.
That
to
is
see
a big
Starzo by
mistake.
his side.
Big
It's
mistake.
12-12. Ascend aren't done yet.
I can't believe it. Somehow we're going to overtime here.
I can't believe this.
build
A whole other map if they face off against CNET if he crests that corner.
both invest in the op as well.
Glass cannons.
Wait, Defo is using attack operator? Holy shit. And some balls on this guy.
Gambit slow in approach, cautious. Oh, the possibility again. You have to anticipate.
Yeah, that was championship point for Gambit. Imagine.
Yeah, the Aldrome will actually spot out the operator and CNED's location. Has to fall away from this.
If this was a best of 3, Gambit would have already won.
Looking now for Keyless to pick up the slack on the backside of yellow. CNED actually looking for an angle through mid.
So a best of 5 brings a full difference. Starzo did this wall in mid before, but to have the balls to go onto mid control like this is absolutely insane. And specifically also because Shadows has the drop on him. Shadows has the first contact.
Pick up the slack on the backside
Pay
of
attention.
yellow. CNED actually looking for an angle through mid here.
Shadows starts shooting first.
Starzo called over.
This is a insanely high risk, medium reward, but Starzo gets 2, so who gives a fuck, right? If he goes 1 for 1 here or 0 for 1, they most likely lose this round. But he gets 2, lives, and plays safe now, right?
Are you
What is
kidding
that?
me? What a time to
Yep.
get alive, Starzo.
That is
takes
like
down Shadows,
game-winning
takes down
risk
Redguard.
taking.
And now Nats has to respond. They have to
Game-winning
deal with this
risk
problem.
taking. But if he gets 0 or only 1, they most likely lose this round. Specifically also because Redgar gets the kill on him, and then he plays for both orbs and gets a res. That is a possibility, actually.
Gambit have suddenly lost a little bit of that brilliance, that default that's kept them so safe for so long. But it's not over yet. Nats, Defo, Chronicle, some heavy hitters still stand for the Gambit side. Defo not quite finding any way in just yet, and they're sitting just deeper than those first angles they're going to have to clear. They'll let them take up to yellow. They'll let them maybe even toy with a spike plant. They have the numbers here. But Gambit, they don't really play to percentages.
30 seconds left.
They go above and beyond.
Good luck, my friends. There's no way you can win this, man. You need to plant on the default spot.
There as well.
Bonkold is just waiting for that. Bonkold has the perfect position right here. Look, without the Sage Wall, this is the best. This is so smart. Look, when they have no Sage, Redgar is dead, right? This position here is the only one you can save when you can plant semi-safe. So you want to plant in this spot. And then Bonkold has the perfect spot to stop the plant or kill the planter. And he plays in this position specifically because he knows that the Sage is not alive.
Bone Cold ready to spam through. Again, no wall, so can spam
They're
onto
walking
default
mid.
from here.
If they get a pick from this, no. Denied by CNED. Chronicle, though.
The fuck? How he does get 2? What?
So can spam
They're
onto
walking
default
mid.
from here.
If they get a pick
The wall is active?
from this, no. Denied by CNED.
just gets one from kitchen and one from backside. What the fuck? How is this?
Chronicle, though, that's two.
I don't even know how.
10 seconds here. They're not going to
But
have the
GG,
timing
my
on
friend.
this at all. Spike in hand, and this is a
Deep
mid.
beautiful play.
It's consideration.
Hmm.
Do we go again? Is it all going to that next map?
I wonder if his team coach called that play for him or if he wanted to take that risk. No clue. Starzo was actually here at the beginning of the day. We should have asked him.
We find out now. Heavy lean towards the A site.
Shados. First time he's actually played this position, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you're right. Replay from the double kill. Wait.
The rounds for Acend.
Pushes mid.
It's so decisive. This is some of the things that are lacking in so many rounds for Acend. They react perfectly to this early round information. They know that Gambit are going to attempt to aggress on.
Actually, they didn't. Okay, they didn't do that. Never mind.
Do we go again? Is it
We didn't get that replay on the 2 kills from
Heavy lean towards the A site.
who was that?
Played this position, I'm pretty
From
sure, so
Chronicle.
mixing things up a little bit. Does have Chronicle by his side. Acend
No glass cannon from CNET.
cautious once again on their approach towards.
So they just play safe. They just play slowly. They go with the drone now.
Behind the owl drone. What they will find is that on the back of this, Chronicle has to deal
And
with
that Lear had no impact because of the wall.
He's been unnoted. Now he is noted. Now they know the position. Do they swing on the Lear? It don't need to. Zeke's in their face already. Takes down Shados. Acend, I don't think know when they're done. They've got to force Gambit away into more of a post-plant position, but that spike needs to go down.
Okay, that wasn't a lot of damage.
A little off there.
That one ain't.
Imagine if... Oh my god, dude. Imagine if the second snakebite is timed.
Off there.
If he uses the second snakebite in conjunction with this shock dart a little bit earlier, right? They would have killed Starzo here while planting.
That one ain't. But where do they find this entry on the way back in?
That's a little bit
Gambit
unlucky.
presented a conundrum.
I mean, not unlucky, just...
A little
Position, but that's
Let me check the
Acend, I don't think
positioning.
know when they're done. They need to. Zeke's in
Nats uses the first
their face already.
Viper
Takes down Shados.
snakebite right
Acend, I
about
don't think know when they're done.
now. Chronicle doesn't have his shock darts
They're gonna
ready,
force Gambit away into more of a post-plant position, but that's
so now he uses it. So I
Spike
think the
needs to
plan
go.
was like this. I think this is actually made because they wanted to do that. So Nats mollies the safe default plant, right? So the opponent is planting here. So then he can shock dart this position and get the damage 100%. That's one possibility. The problem is that the second snakebite should have been used instantly here as well. So they can guarantee to stop the plant.
go down.
And I think that's the biggest problem.
snakebite.
If this snakebite would have been used instantly, right?
That one ain't.
I think it is a good plan.
But where do they find this entry on the way back in? Gambit presented a
If he would have just used these two snake bites immediately.
Acend, I
Look,
don't think know
he uses
when
one,
they're done. They've got to force
and
Gambit away into more of a
he should
post-plant
use.
position, but that
See,
spike needs
he didn't use it. He didn't use the second one because he didn't hear the plant. So it's kind of hard to make this distinction, this call. But if you're here, instead of like being with the gun here, you're doing the second. You're doing the second snake bite. You stop the plant from happening. Kind of hard to make this decision on the fly.
post-plant
Not gonna
position,
lie,
that
but
spike needs to go down.
It shows you that on a professional level,
Shock dart just a little off there.
sometimes those set plays can make a huge difference, right?
But where do they find this entry on the way back in? Gambit presented a conundrum, a puzzle to somehow.
But remember, he doesn't know what's happening on the site,
towards those
right?
Raptors. See if he can get that pick. Zeke happy to the first contact. The wall goes up and away we go. Bonecord says no. Starzo as well. It's down to Redgar and Chronicle. The two stand. Make it one. Redgar, is there anything left in the tank? Or have Acend done enough to take us all the way here? Redgar, gonna get towards the side. Tap the spike.
Well, the Molly is in a bad
Way.
position, man.
Someone
Imagine
stop him. It's gonna be
if he
Zeke.
actually gets the
And we
defuse
go in
here.
the distance.